So I've been to Mexico and I've done cosplaying there and I died from the heat. How do you deal with that? I could not wear my wig. It was crazy. It was so hot. So how do you deal?
Well, it depends on what part of Mexico did you went. Because if you go to the coast, like on the beach, kind of like Cancun, those kind of areas, yes, you will die no matter what you wear.
Hi everyone! I'd love to welcome a very special guest, Nadya, who is a full-time cosplayer and a TV host based in Latin America. She does a lot of professional cosplay works for video game companies such as Riot Games and is also a TV host for a video game show as well as an esports show. I'd love to share with you her creative journey. Welcome back to Vivid Talks, everyone. I love to introduce Nadya from Latin America. She's an amazing cosplayer and model. Do you want to introduce yourself and let everyone know what you do?
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much for inviting me. I'm happy to be here. Well, I do a little bit of everything, but I started it and I think my main thing to do is cosplay. Thanks to cosplay, I got invited to being TV host, later joining the streaming, and now it's very popular and getting more involved into the video game industry. But everything started thanks to cosplay.
That's cool. So what actually got you started cosplaying then?
It's a funny story. I've been a geek since I was a kid. My dad loves video games and then he bought it for himself and then I was there and I started playing it. When I was at school, some of my friends just invited me to a convention in my hometown, which is very small. I live in a very small town in Mexico. They said we can go dressed up as some of our favorite characters. We choose our characters and I chose as Victoria from Helsinki.
Yeah!
I was like super huge fan of vampires in general. Used to LARP, Vampire the Masquerade and all role-play games and all these kind of things. That was my first cosplay. And I think what actually got me involved full-time is that back in the days, I thought I was the only girl who liked video games, anime, sci-fi movies. And when I went to this convention and I saw more girls, more people with the same interest, and then they talked to me while I was in cosplay, I was like, oh, I can make friends with this.
Wow, that is so cool. So then I'm just kind of curious. You're from Mexico. Do you know what the difference with the cosplay scene is in Mexico versus like internationally?
Mexican culture, it's very conservative. My dad, my parents didn't let me go outside from my city, like not in cosplay or not in cosplay. I was not allowed to leave town. It was not till a couple of friends invited me to join the World Cosplay Summit in Mexico. That's the way I kind of like crossed the line for them to let me out of my hometown. And after that, in Mexico City, it's huge. Conventions in Mexico City, it's insane. It's so big. It's almost the size of Anime Expo. I was there. I got so excited. And after that experience, I was like, I want to kind of like know a little bit more and outside Mexico. So I traveled to Anime Expo and it was very different. In Mexico, like cosplayers are kind of like a superstars.
Oh,
You got security or like with signs that they love you and all this kind of crazy stuff. My first experience in the United States, which it was Anime Expo, everybody was in their own thing. Everybody was walking around, like nobody was paying a lot of attention. You know, that attention, like somebody was like, oh, can you take a photo? Say yes, and then that's it. But then in Mexico, it's like a whole people like behind you, like rah, crazy. Kind of like a very different experience because then after that I went to San Diego Comic-Con and it was the same. Like everybody was on their own, everybody was like shopping on costumes, and I was like, this is great. Now it's a little bit different. I don't see a lot of cosplay on United States, for example. I think the last show I went, like a big show I went, it was San Diego Comic-Con 2019, and it was just a few people, like the ones that were on cosplay. Like I think the community is been changing.
Yeah, the kind of conventions evolve over time, and I've been seeing even in like Canada here, we're getting more and more cosplayers because it wasn't very popular back then. So I'm happy to see more people join our family and join cosplaying.
Yeah.
So I've been to Mexico and I've done cosplaying there and I died from the heat. How do you deal with that? I could not wear my wig. It was crazy. It was so hot. So how do you deal?
Well, it depends on what part of Mexico did you went. Because if you go to the coast, like on the beach, kind of like Cancun, those kind of areas, yes, you will die no matter what you wear. And you just bring the smallest cosplay you have. But in Mexico City, I think like during the day it's normal. And then at night, it's a little bit chilly. It's kind of like California temperature. They're convention centers. And then I don't know if they don't kind of visualize that at Comic-Con or this kind of events brings a lot of people. And I think it's the heat of people inside. It's just crazy how many people get in one place and they just still don't get that. It's because of the people. You get so many people in one place.
Right, the body heat. You're right. Yeah, because the convention I went to was in Puerto Vallarta and it was so hot.
Yeah, girl. Well, that's a beach that like you will bring swimsuit for that convention.
Yeah. Okay, got it. It's not like that all the time. It's just like when you're more mainland, it's a lot more drier, right?
Like in that place, it's very humid.
How does your workflow go when you're like creating costumes and whatnot? Like, how do you figure out what costume you want to do? How do you prep your costume?
It changed with pandemic.
Mm-hmm.
Now that we don't have events, companies are doing their own events on the web. And now I got a lot of more like commissions on the new upcoming games, like for example, Assassin's Creed, the new skins for Riot Games. But then back before this situation, I just go to the store, buy the fabric, and then start making it. If I have limited time, I ask some friends to help me out so I can finish it on time. Because it's like university. They wanted everything like in 1 week and they wanted it very good. Sometimes I just need some help to finish it on time to make the photos, and then I can release whatever they're asking me to do. I think people in general is very open now for the situation because I charge money, but now I ask them to do a little bit more because of shipping. What if you have to order express because they wanted it very soon? Yeah. What if that thing that you order, it was not the same color that it says in the photo? Some difficulties that you usually didn't get like before this. I take the missions that I think I can get. If I cannot get it on time, I ask some friends, like I pay them to help me out. But then if it's not like a commission for a company, I just choose the ones that I love, and usually are men. So that's why I get a lot of gender vendors.
Nice. Do you usually reach out to the companies for partnership or do they reach out to you?
I didn't actually believe that this was going to be my job. It just happened. I think the first time like a company came up to me was actually CD Projekt Red when they released The Witcher. They wanted me to do Triss. And I'm like, I tried to like make a joke because it was my favorite game, and they were reaching out to me kind of like a dream come true because you are playing the game, know the characters, and then the company asks you to do something that you actually already love. So it was fun. But now I think because of the experience, and then they know I can deliver it on time and the quality is good, not only on Latin America, but like in general, if they need somebody on E3 wearing a Lara Croft, they know I already did Lara Croft. They reach out to me. I don't necessarily reach out to them.
Nice. Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. It probably took a lot of work to kind of build up that portfolio to get there. But you also said that you do a lot of hosting and streaming. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
I'm on a TV show that launches all Mexico. It's called Gamer Tag. But now we're getting into a new TV show, especially on esports. Now that it's getting more popular. It's a 30-minute show. We have like different kind of topics. And it's actually very nice. At first I was like very nervous because I know people who likes esports, they're like, I don't know about this. I was very nervous, but then I got used to it, and it's going to be also on like on Mexico. I'm very excited for that, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh, congrats.
I've been TV show host, I think it's like 5 years from now. I think at the beginning, it was a little bit scary. It's not the same as you got into an interview and then you're talking and everything is fine. But when you get like this camera, like on you, a little pressure.
Oh. Do you do the TV show at a TV station or you kind of film at home nowadays?
Usually it's on the TV station, but now with the pandemic, they have very good security and the cleaning station is very nice just to make sure we don't do it as often as
before, right? Do you have a really memorable story of when you were at the TV station you'd like to share?
I'm not I don't know how to
extrovert?
How to say it in English. I'm not like that. I was very introvert.
Right.
Cosplay helped me a lot, of course. But then I think the TV show was the one helped me out to talk. Doesn't matter who he was or if it was in a TV or just people or if you are in a stage. It doesn't matter. That's something that helped me out very good. And I think I got more involved into the video game industry, not on the cosplay side. Usually people knew me as Nadya in cosplay. but they didn't know actually like my personality or like how I actually dressed up or how I behave in like normal environment. Thanks to the TV, I got to these shows just as myself, not as some character that actually like opened more doors for different kind of jobs that I didn't know I could do.
Can you walk us through a day in the life of Nadya? What do you do? Like, do you kind of like wake up, make costumes, or go to the TV station? How does that work?
It's different in different days. Usually like on the morning, I wake up, I have 2 pugs and I walk them out for like walks, and then I make breakfast. After that, I just make a list of everything I had to do during the day, answering emails, or if I have to post something like on my socials, if I had to pick up something. I had to do all my things to do on the morning till 4 to 5 p.m. I have all this time to do whatever I need to do. If I have a cosplay to finish, it's usually all day working till like 2 a.m. and then because usually you just have like 1 week or 2 weeks to finish it. Like all day, sometimes I don't eat or don't pee or don't do anything but just make a costume. Because after that, you have to take the photos and everything. If it's just for fun cosplay, I just want to dress up as this character that I really like. I just take my time. When I finish doing all my to-do things, I just go to my cosplay area and I start working, or sometimes I bring it to my room and I start sewing in there or just doing everything while I'm watching Netflix. What's more fun to me is just when I all finished and then I get ready for photo shoot and where it's gonna be. Like if I had to ask some friends to help me out with the lights or with the props. And usually my friends are very supportive and they're like, yeah, let's go. And then I know this place, let's go to this place. This is a nice place to take the photos. Usually at night, I do streamings. Usually what I do is stream RPG games. Every Friday, I do a horror video game and it's actually very fun. Yeah.
I love horror games, but my heart I can't take it.
I usually said that before, but then I got used to it.
Okay. Yeah. Is there any projects you're working on right now that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I'm actually very excited about this. I think my most impressive cosplay I've done, it's going to be released this year. I'm very excited. It's from Dragon Ball. I'm making an armor from Cell Perfect form. It's like if you were in Monster Hunter and then you just had to defeat Cell, then you uses his parts to make an armor. But it's taking a lot of time. I'm making 3 costumes for a special event with my friends. It's like a group of my 5 friends, and I'm gonna do Gender Bender Joker. The other 2 is I Know from a Guilty Gear.
Okay. Oh, with the red hat and the guitar.
Yeah. And the last one here in Latin America, Senseiya. It's very, very popular.
Yes.
I'm making Shiryu, like the dragon. It's one of the main 5 bronze knights. I'm very excited for that one because I usually do the golden knight.
Yeah.
This one is one of my favorites, but it was kind of like on my soft spot.
Just hits
and that's
the
why
heart.
I didn't do it yet because it was kind of like very special to me. I didn't find the perfect timing. But now that my friends are going to be the other 4 bronze knights, I'm very excited to actually make it.
It's always fun to cosplay your friends and do all these fun projects. Now I'm curious, like you're saying that you guys find these locations for photo shoots. Do you rent a place or do you kind of just go to a park and just...
Well, we're in Mexico. If somebody saw you and you're in a costume, they're going to be like,
okay, you do your thing.
Here in my hometown, I have a very nice location that it looks very futuristic. You usually just go there because it was a park and it was kind of like this huge sculpture and it was all
marble,
like everything, the walls, the floor, everything was gorgeous, and you just can go there and then walking around. A lot of nice places are closed, and if we just call like, hey, you know what, we need your place to take photos, and they're like, oh yeah, sure, come on. Now, this actually happened on the very last project with Riot Games, Evelyn from KDA project. We did like a cover video of the song, and it was a very nice place. And they were like, yeah, come on, it's close, you can come. And we were like, woo! Because usually a very nice place, you can't just go there and do photos.
And then there's people there, and then
I think now it's a little bit easier for us to do these things. But before, it was kind of like they charge you to get in, or kind of like, no.
I guess some good things came out of that too, right?
I know.
That's cool. What would be a piece of advice you would give someone who wants to start cosplaying?
Well, I think the most important thing is that you can do it. Because like A lot of people say, oh, this is very nice. I wish I could do it, but I don't have the body type, or I don't have kind of like the style, or I'm not talented, or all this kind of thing. So you need to do this. Like, at least try. You will never know if this is for you if you never try it. And then years will by, and then you're like, oh, I wish I was a cosplayer one day, and blah, blah, blah. So now there's a lot of options. Like, if you are not crafty, there's a lot of places who sells very nice quality costumes. Because I know, like, when you cosplay, there's a lot of critics, even though they don't know you, whatever. For me, it helped me a lot with my confidence and to find myself who I was. At the beginning, I got a lot of critics, like from my family, from my friends, because back in the days, this was not cool.
Right.
Why are you doing this? This is for child. It was good for me to put a point and to keep on doing something that I like. If you feel comfortable with it, it will help you a lot. I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't know how to sew at the beginning. I didn't know how to do props at the beginning. And now you have like YouTube video tutorials to try it. So now there's more options. If you started and you didn't like it, that's cool. But then what if you like it? You know,
never know.
So that's my point.
Yeah.
Like, you should try it at least once.
Don't say you can't do it unless you've tried it, right?
Yeah, try it at least with something simple like Resident Evil.
Well, thank you so much for your time today, Nadya. I love listening to your story and sharing about your journey and your success in cosplay, as well as your TV shows as well. So good luck with everything, and sending you hearts.
Thank you.
Thank you.